All right, so this is kind of just an intro to Tyler DeWitt's video. There's a few things that he does a little bit differently than me. So I just want to talk about those things briefly. He talks about the electron dot diagram. Usually I bring this up next unit, but it's good to bring it up here. So I want to briefly talk about it. He does a good job at explaining it, but what we're going to do is it just shows how many valence electrons that atom has. So I would draw the symbol, and then however many valence electrons in dots around that element. So sodium, element symbol capital Na, has one valence electron, so it'd be like that. Excuse me. Carbon has 4 valence electrons, so it would look like this. And if I had something like fluorine, has 7 valence electrons, so it would look like this. Whoops. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there's a certain way of putting dots around it, and Tyler does a great job at that, so he'll cover the rest of that. The other thing is I always talk about this chemistry class. It's kind of an intro chemistry class. We're mainly just looking at patterns. And largely, the patterns that you're going to find are on both edges of the periodic table. So he kind of just ignores this whole center part, and that's completely okay. So for a lot of this unit, we're going to ignore the bottom and this center part because they don't follow quite as many patterns as the rest of our elements do. So his table is condensed with these 2 groups right here and these 6 groups over here. Because remember, we're mainly looking at the patterns. And then the last thing is when we look at our energy levels, we're going to just be talking about our innermost energy levels for the most part, energy levels 1, 2, and 3. I said earlier there's 2 spots for electrons in energy level 1, 8 spots for electrons in energy level 2, and we have 18 spots for electrons in energy level 3. What I didn't say, and what's in Tyler's video, is it's 18, but it acts like 8. We only got 8 spots there. And that has to do with sublevels, and we're going to be learning about that next week. So when you watch Tyler's videos, he's going to have 2 valence electrons in energy level 1, 8 valence electrons in energy level 2, and 8 valence electrons in energy level 3. So you could just treat that like how it is for this week.